Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Global Atheist News Roundup, dateline the 7th of December 2024. This is a show that gives the news on how religions have impacted humanity over the last 7 days. This week's headlines. Islamist rebel forces launched a large offensive against the Syrian government. 2 Iranian women have been sentenced to death by the Islamic regime for advocating women's rights. Popular Palestinian TV commentator Jamil Ziyada admits that all they want is to kill Jews and destroy Israel. Rochdale has fallen to Islamist influence, with the flag of the fake state of Palestine being raised by the council. Pro-Palestinians blocked Oxford Street. Palestinian Solidarity Campaigners held a hate march in London. A Christian was preaching in the Arndale Centre, Manchester, and a group of Muslims turned up. A massive crowd of Hamas supporters took over the streets of Warsaw, Poland. Hamas supporters also took over the Trinity Center in Leeds, calling for the murder of 7 million Jews. A cathedral was gatecrashed by Muslim protesters. Hamas supporters have taken over the parliamentary building in Ottawa. Police in Sydney arrested a Jew for carrying the Israeli flag near a synagogue. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan advocates the rape and murder of Jews. Spiritualist parents were guilty of causing their boy's death. Church abuse victims were disgusted by Welby's resignation speech. Melbourne synagogue fire was condemned as an act of anti-Semitism. Radical pro-Palestine protesters in New York call for Christmas to be cancelled. A man approached visibly Jewish people on Miami Beach to hurl vile threats and accusations. Here is the news in detail. Rebel forces launched the largest offensive against the Syrian government in years. By Sunday, they had taken control of large parts of the country's second biggest city, Aleppo, and were advancing towards Hama in the south. The attack was led by the Islamist militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, which has a long and involved history in the Syrian conflict. Following the seizure of Hama city yesterday, footage has emerged of a statue of former President Hafez al-Assad being pulled down in the south of the city. See this video.
Rebel forces in Syria say they've taken full control of a second major city, Hama. It appears they're approaching the city of Homs, likely the next target for rebel forces. Rebels launched a surprise offensive on November the 27th by an alliance of groups led by the Islamist militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. At BBC Verify, we've been tracking rebel movement through analysis of footage on social media. Rebels have continued to capture territory swiftly after launching a rapid offensive, taking Aleppo within a day, with apparently very little resistance from the Syrian army. On the 5th of December, rebel forces entered the city of Hama following clashes on its outskirts. They freed prisoners from the city's central prison. The Syrian army promptly announced its withdrawal in order to preserve the lives of civilians. Hama represents a strategic and symbolic gain for the rebels. In 1982, an uprising against President Assad's father, Hafez, was brutally suppressed there, with at least 10,000 people killed, according to rights groups' estimates. Now, we've seen men and women celebrating as they pull down a statue in the same city. We've verified footage of rebel forces in several towns south of the city. It appears they're approaching the city of Homs, likely the next target for rebel forces. And it seems people aren't waiting around to see what might happen. Verified footage from Homs shows traffic jams as people leave the city. And rebel forces say they won't stop there. The leader of the main group of rebels, Abu Muhammad al-Jilani, said that the ultimate goal is to reach Damascus and overthrow President Bashar al-Assad.
2 Iranian women have been sentenced to death by the Islamic regime for advocating women's rights. Bakshan and Sharifa were found guilty of spreading corruption and are now going to be hanged. Popular Palestinian TV commentator Jamil Ziyada admits that all they want is to kill Jews and destroy Israel. He explains that the Palestinians are simply Muslims who cannot coexist with Jews. He adds that for all Palestinians, the only acceptable way to solve the conflict is by fighting and killing all the Jews to end Israel's existence through jihad, Islamists' holy war. See this video.
لا يمكن أن نتجاور ولا أن نتعايش مع قتلة الأنبياء وقتلة الرسل وقتلة الشعب الفلسطيني. يعني هذه بتعطينا دفعات عظيمة جدا إنه إحنا أن نتمسك بالعودة حتى نتخلص من هذا الاحتلال الذي هو جاثم على صدورنا رغم أنفنا. وأنا بقول إنه يعني الشباب وإحنا حتى الأطفال لما بيلعبوا يعني بعفوية بروح بيشتروا المسدسات وبيشتروا الكلاشينات وبيشتروا يعني القنابل وبيلعبوا فيهم يعني حرب يعني ما بين العرب واليهود وكذا، لأنه هذه هي التربية وهذه هي الثقافة التي نعتز بها، وهي الطريق الوحيد. الطريق الوحيد إذا كنا نريد يعني أن نعود إلى فلسطين وأن نتخلص من هذا العذاب أو العذابات التي نراها في كل ساعة. يعني وكما قال البعض الحياة مفاوضات، لا، الحياة قتال. الحياة قتال، وليس الحياة مفاوضات مع بني إسرائيل ولكنها أو مع اليهود، ولكن القتال ثم القتال.
Rochdale has fallen to Islamist influence, with a Palestine flag being raised by the council. See this video.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise and gratitude are for Allah the Almighty, the source of peace, the embodiment of justice, and the grant of honor and recognition. Peace and salutations be upon our noble master, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet of mercy and justice, who always championed the cause of the oppressed. And peace be upon all the prophets from Adam to Isa alayhi salam, who stood as beacons of hope and guidance of humanity. On this historic and momentous occasion, let me begin by expressing heartfelt gratitude to our little town, Rochdale. Thank you. Thank you for your bold and courageous step in raising the Palestinian flag and acknowledging the Palestinian people's struggle for justice. This act of solidarity will forever stand as a testament to your moral integrity and compassion. Thank you to our local authority for facilitating this profound moment. Your names are now etched into the pages of history as advocates of the truth and justice. Thank you, Sister Ikram, and your unwavering dedication and tireless efforts in making this day a reality are a source of inspiration to us all. Thank you to our councillors, our mayor. Your steadfast support for this cause by Allah has not gone unnoticed.
Pro-Palestinians blocked Oxford Street, with flares now becoming the norm in Britain. No police were involved. See this video.
Free Palestine! Occupation no more! Occupation no more!
A Christian was preaching in the Arndale Centre, Manchester, and a group of Muslims turned up. They insisted that the preacher should be moved on. The police got him to move on, and the Muslims told him to cuff off. See this video.
So, this is a religious preacher is being asked to stop preaching by the police here.
Religion's about truth, not compromising. If we compromise, we're going to fall away. The Bible says it. In the last days, you'll fall away because you're going to compromise. I won't compromise.
No, we was here before them.
Okay. The officer's wearing a gang badge as well.
No, but if
those guys came to me.
I was here.
Listen, they parked themselves. I was here before them.
He was here before them.
I'm not inciting hatred.
I was here before that.
You incite hatred.
I don't care. I obey my father. I want to obey my father. I was here before them.
I'm not doing any of those things.
No.
Therefore, I'll ask you respectfully, can you turn it down, allow those gentlemen to pray, and then if you want to work it out with them as to how you go forward and move on,
I'm just going to preach like I've always done.
I know, but if you could please just turn it down while we work out.
Okay, we'll turn the volume down a little bit.
What?
You'll turn the volume down a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's saying you was here before the meeting.
No, I know, but I'm not here to get dragged down to
It seems like you're a bit biased.
I'm not biased, mate.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
I've been asked
Who biased?
by those gentlemen over there, it is their time for which they want to pray, okay?
I
saying
pray all the time in the spirit.
if that's what you want to do then, mate, you can do that. However, I'm just politely asking you just to turn it down a little bit.
This guy was preaching the word of God.
I would not advise anyone to interact with him anyway. Do what he's doing, we're doing what we're doing. It's a free country, but respectfully, if he doesn't want to get himself into some trouble, then he should be careful what he's saying, because I'm not on a mic talking about Christianity, and if he's going to offend Muslims, there's nothing I can do about that. He's going to bring him to himself.
You can't have it.
I know you're trying to spread whatever message you're trying to spread.
I'll go up there.
Yeah, better idea. You just
How you treat a woman?
Well, some people are listening, but yeah.
What is the name? This is the fruit.
All right, God bless, guys.
They want to kill us.
Gonna get a drink.
Fuck off!
Cheers, lads. Thanks.
Shut up, motherfucker!
If you go further up there, we'll keep an eye on it, yeah?
Yeah.
So those guys are now being warned for public order offences by the police.
Okay, we need to start doing it, please. Okay?
We're going up here.
Exactly. Yes, no more from you, okay?
A massive crowd of Hamas supporters took over the streets of Warsaw, Poland. See this video.
Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live...
Hamas supporters took over the Trinity Center in Leeds, UK, calling for the murder of 7 million Jews. They harassed and intimidated Christmas shoppers without any police stopping them. See this video. You couldn't get any more disrespectful than this. Hamas supporters gatecrash a cathedral service. See this video. Hamas supporters have taken over and are occupying the parliamentary building in Ottawa. See this video. Brazen support for the Islamic Republic of Iran and its terrorist proxies was on full display at yesterday's Palestinian Solidarity Campaign march in London. See this video.
So everybody's here, and I'm so glad that the sheer youth have decided to form their own contingent and come out here to show our role to play in fighting against this genocide.
More than ever before, it is important for all Muslims, Shias and Sunnis, to unite and come together for the cause of Palestine. During the past year of genocide, the honorable Lebanese people have stood side by side with our Palestinian brothers and sisters, as have Yemen, Iraq, Syria and Iran.
Imam Hussein taught us in Karbala to stand with the oppressed against the oppressor and to stand for justice. Muslims believe in the coming of Imam al-Mahdi at the end of times. Imam al-Mahdi will establish peace and justice on earth and fight the tyrants and the oppressors. We believe that our Islamic leadership today, our scholars and our maraja are leading this righteous path today until victory and until liberation, inshallah.
In Sydney, a Jew was detained outside a synagogue for carrying an Israeli flag while heading to a Jewish event. Police claimed he was antagonizing anti-Semites. See this video.
That we have coming of solving the massive problems of hunger that we have around the world. Shame on
Please go away.
Okay,
no, you're going away this way and you're going away. You're just antagonising him, no need to be here.
I'm going to the event.
No, you're going away, not anymore. I'm directing you to leave the area, mate. Because that antagonises them. So you're not being here,
so
go away, please.
Hold on, can we...
So coming up here?
Yep, and we're speaking peace.
Just coming up to cause dramas, that's all you're doing.
Hold on.
Keep walking. I'm not having you cause a public issue because you wanted to pull a flag out. They're allowed to protest.
Alright, can we please...
You're just antagonising them. No, I'm moving away from the area so they don't cause dramas.
Alright, can we stop at a certain state? I can give you the flag and I'll go to the event.
You've done that to antagonise them.
What is it? You can have my details, you can have the flag.
Yeah, we're going to have your details.
Okay.
So I've detained you for a breach of the peace, mate, because that just antagonises them, okay?
Okay.
There's a chance that they could get upset and they can hurt you. We don't have the police to stop 50 people coming across and attacking you.
The Turkish parliament went wild when Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan advocated for the rape and murder of Jews by portraying Hamas actions on October the 7th as normal Muslim behaviour that fits Islam's doctrine. See this video.
Toplantılar yapıyorlar. Son yaptıkları toplantıda yine bir araya geldiler. Tüm Batı Hamas'ı bir terör örgütü olarak görüyor. Şimdi buradan sesleniyorum. Ey İsrail, sen bir örgüt olabilirsin. Çünkü bu Batı'nın sana borcu çok. Ama Türkiye'nin sana borcu yok. Ve Hamas bir terör örgütü değil, topraklarını ve vatandaşlarını koruma mücadelesi veren, evet, bir kurtuluş ve bir mücahitler grubu.
The parents of a severely malnourished boy whose body was found buried in a shallow grave in their garden in Birmingham have been found guilty of causing his death. Tai and Nayami Yasharahiala showed breathtaking arrogance and cruelty in their neglect of 3-year-old Abia, who was found buried in the garden of their property, or a property where the couple had lived, in Clarence Road, Handsworth. He had been in a severely malnourished state and suffered from a list of other problems. The scale of his parents' neglect only emerged after his body was exhumed. Experts were able to say that the 3-year-old died from a respiratory illness. The effects of malnutrition would have had a more than minimal cause of his death. The court heard how the Yasharahialas had been motivated by a belief system including a restrictive vegan diet and a desire to avoid unwanted attention, and, the prosecution said, were prepared to allow their child to suffer the consequences. The parents had opted out of mainstream society, had believed Abia would be reincarnated if they followed a burial ritual. Tai Yasharahiala said in his Igbo culture it was believed every person had a physical and a spiritual form, the latter of which could be saved. The pair did not call the emergency services after Abia died because strangers could scare off spirits. Instead, they lit a paraffin lamp in the room near him as a beacon in case his spirits wished to return to his body. The Archbishop of Canterbury has been condemned by victims of the Church of England abuse scandal for a speech they say made light of serious safeguarding failures. In his first public speech since announcing his resignation last month, Justin Welby told the House of Lords a head had had to roll after a review criticised failings in the handling of the scandal. Abuse victims said they were dismayed and disgusted by the speech, saying it made no mention of remorse for survivors and struck too frivolous a tone with jokes. The Macon Review found Mr. Welby could and should have reported prolific child abuser John Smythe to the police in 2013 and criticised the church for not doing enough to prevent further abuse until he died. Mark Stibb, who has previously told the BBC he was groomed and beaten by Smythe in the 1970s, said, "I object to the use of such a frivolous tone in such a serious matter, a matter that has been and continues to be a matter of life and death to some." He added that talk of only one head rolling over the scandal was disturbing. Smythe survivors want all those responsible to stand down, he said. If Justin Welby is as serious about safeguarding as he claims, then this must happen. Another of Smythe's victims, given the pseudonym Graham Jones in the Macon report, said the tone of Mr. Welby's speech was entirely wrong. See this video.
The reality is that there comes a time, if you are technically leading a particular institution or area of responsibility, where the shame of what has gone wrong, whether one is personally responsible or not, must require a head to roll. And there is only, in this case, one head that rolls well enough. I hope not literally, one of my predecessors in 1371, Simon of Sudbury, had his head cut off, and it was then the peasants, the revolting peasants at the time, played football with it at the Tower of London. I don't know who won. It certainly wasn't Simon of Sudbury.
Counter-terrorism police and the arson squad are investigating the firebombing of a Melbourne synagogue that both the Prime Minister and the Victorian Premier have condemned as an act of anti-Semitism. A large blaze engulfed the Adass Israel synagogue in Ripon-Lee in Melbourne's southeast on Friday morning, and police are treating the fire as deliberately lit. Victorian police are searching for 2 masked individuals who were seen spreading an accelerant on the synagogue before the fire broke out. See this video. Just like last year, radical pro-Palestine protesters in New York are calling for Christmas to be cancelled. See this video.
We don't want no Christmas tree. All your shopping bombs are dropping. All your shopping bombs are dropping. All your shopping bombs are dropping.
Faiz Akbar from Virginia is a man who takes a pride in approaching visibly Jewish people on Miami Beach to hurl vile threats and accusations. See this video.
Baby killer, fuck you, man. Palestine all day. Free Palestine, motherfucker. You a bitch. You're lucky we're in America. I will fuck your shit, motherfucker. Get that shit out of my face. You're lucky we're in America, motherfucker. I will fuck your shit. You're a baby killer. You like to kill babies, motherfucker. You like to kill babies, man. You know that? You don't support nothing but war. You're a nasty human being. Shame on you, man. I will spit on your face right now. Get out of the lobby right now, man. I don't want to see people like you. Get that camera out of my face, man. I'm telling you right now.
You dare touch me, you're going to
I'm not going to touch you. Get up.
You threaten me, and
get that camera out of my face.
Going to the police and the FBI. Keep on talking.
Get that camera out of my face right now. I promise you, man. You don't know me.
Over to me.
I'm a businessman, too.
You hear what I said?
You're a nasty human being.
It's all recorded. It's all evidence.
You're a nasty human being.
You walked over and threatened my life.
I'm not going to leave.
You threatened my life, and I'm going to put you in jail. Keep on talking.
You're a nasty human being.
You're
you like to kill babies?
Jew hater, and
No.
you want me
No,
dead.
no one
and you
likes
said
Jews.
I'm lucky and I'm
Let me
in
tell you
America,
something.
you
No
kill
one
me.
has a problem with Jews, but people like you, there are Jews that are making the Jews look bad. You're a piece of shit, hypocrite, son of a bitch. That's what you are, man. You baby killer. Your son is in the IDF too, huh? He likes to kill babies, shoot him right in the skull, in the head. You nasty human being. You Jew killer.
Hello.
You kill.
Following this news, Freethorn Hour's guest this week is Dread Pirate Higgs, our frequent panellist on the spin-off show Views on the News. You can join Tercia and I chatting with him by text. For those who don't understand, Global Atheist News is meant to be dispassionately delivered, unbiased, whereas Views on the News is where opinions are expressed by a panel of wise and witty people from around the world. They're separate. This has been Global Atheist News. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching.